So here we have the Dell XPS 8930. To swap the card, you want to have the grill. This side that has the grill thing on top. The motherboard side is on the bottom. And then to open it, you pull this latch and you pull up here. You want to wiggle it, don't force it, and then it's just gonna, again, just keep wiggling, it'll come out. So I'm trying to put a video card in here. This is the cable for the video card. And you're gonna need to unlock this. It's up to unlock. And then you pull up. Make sure there's no cables that are gonna get pinched or pulled over there. So then we just pull this up. And now we get the card. So once you have the card ready, make sure that this clip is in the forward position or down. So you just push the thing down, and you're gonna want to put this edge first. So it's gonna go in kind of this end first, and then the back. And again, you don't want to be forcing anything. Try to wiggle everything in there. Don't force it. And another thing, try not to touch, if you're in a place where there's static electricity or it's cold outside. If you're wearing a sweater or anything, don't touch any of the circuits, because the static electricity could damage them. Another thing you could do is always touch the metals on the computer, and that'll at least discharge you or make you have the same charge as the computer does. Another issue, don't touch the fan. This thing spins at high speed, so if you grab it by the fan, you could mess it up. All right, so I'm gonna put this side in first, carefully. All right, so the front of the card is already inside that clip, and now I'm gonna try to make the back end fit in there. Sometimes it gets stuck, but if you wiggle it in there, it will eventually get in. Once you have everything set up and you push it down, it should snap. The front should click, and it did not click. There you go. So that little blue tab is gonna click and it's gonna move up. Make sure it's nice and locked, and make sure that the card is tight into the board. Make sure it's properly connected. This here, on other computers you'll need screws, but for this one you don't. That's already attached there, and it's properly attached. So once you're done with that, you can close the power supply thing, and this is gonna snap, or it's gonna go all the way to the bottom, and then you have to again lock this little black tabs here. So to lock them, it is down, and then this one there, so it's locked, so it's not gonna be opening. So now you're gonna see which one of these cables you need. So some of them need the 6, some of them need 8. So this latches in here. For the GTX 1060, it's just gonna be the 6 one. This is also a 6, so either one you can plug it in. It's only gonna fit into one direction. In this case, the little tab goes that way, so I'm just gonna connect this in here. it's gonna snap into place. Make sure it's properly attached. You're gonna hear a click once it gets in there, and that's it. So now we're gonna get the cover on it. These covers are a little tricky to put back in. So same thing with this thing, don't force it. If you force it, you're gonna bend the little prongs. So you wanna, yeah, that's not the right position. If it doesn't go in right, you're gonna have to pull it back out. What we're trying to do is get this side here to be flush, and see, it's not going in that way. But you just have to keep trying it without forcing it. I don't know why it's such a difficult operation to get this thing in here. I would say that this is all trial and error. Every time I open the computer, I take about 5 minutes putting it back together, putting this thing back together. I don't know why it's always such a pain in the butt to get this thing in here. So, I don't know. It seems you just don't want to force it in though. That's the one thing you don't want to do. There we go. So once you have this flush, then you can snap the top down. See? So that's good. While you're carrying it, don't pull on this thing, because if you pull it, it's gonna open up, and then you're gonna have to go through all the trouble to get it back in there. So now I'm gonna plug the computer in and show you how it's supposed to download the NVIDIA control panel.